there's also advertisement and sponsoring in podcasts. I'm going to play you a minute of the beginning of the world's biggest podcast. It's called Adam Carolla Show.
This is Carolla Digital.
Geico presents sharing versus oversharing.
There's an ad.
Bridget Griffin shared a video of her daily yoga routine, 2 self-help articles, and her new blog called Build Your Inner...
But it's a bit dangerous with ads. I listen to Adam Carolla's show myself. The show is 2 hours. He produces one show every day. And he's done it for years. It's the world's biggest podcast. It has like millions of downloads for every show. But there's a button on your MP3 player that's +15, +15. So when I put on Adam Carolla Show, I also try to skip the ads. So you should be careful how much ads you can put into. It's quite interesting because there are 2 ways of advertising in the same podcast. You have the regular one where you have a message, and that's actually a message you never wanted to hear, but they try to make it as short that you will not turn off the podcast. But it's actually invading your time. It's taking up your time. But they want the listener to put up with it because they like the content. Otherwise, so it's like, okay, I can listen through some messages. Whereas the podcast itself is pulling you in. This one is kind of like pushing you out, whereas the content itself. So therefore, content marketing, I think you have heard the expression, why it's supposed to be so powerful, because you don't perceive it as marketing. You don't see it as you are being advertised to. It's something you have actually chosen yourself. We can listen to this one a little bit, and you can hear the intro.
Oil to finish a job most guys would rather hand off. It's loyalty. And it's why there's speed perks from Advance Auto Parts. Spend $100 and get $20 off your next qualified purchase. No cards, no points, no nonsense. Advance Auto Parts for guys who love getting under the hood.
See store to sign up or visit speedperks.com for details.
Now the actual show starts.
From Carolla One Studios in Glendale, California, this is the Adam Carolla Show. Adam's guest today, comedian Brad Williams, and Wolfmother's Andrew Stockdale. With Gina Grant on news, Paul Bryan on sound effects, and a review of Deadpool, hit a parade for Baldywood. And now, earlier today, he won his left hand a Valentine's Day bouquet. Adam Carolla.
Yeah, get it on. Got to get it on. No choice but to get it on. Mandate, get it on. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for all the support. Closing my eyes and thinking.
So I'm also want to show you a few intros of our podcast because you're going to start making them yourself soon. Today also I checked, for instance, if you look for social media. Because you could argue, why do you go to a class to listen me talk about social media when you have all these classes for free? Last year, during this course, we used this podcast quite a lot. You can see here, there's 150 episodes so far. There's everything: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Google+, content marketing.
Welcome to the Social Media Marketing Podcast, helping you navigate the social media jungle. And now, here's your host, Michael Stelzner.
Hello, hello, hello. Thank you so much for joining me for the Social Media Marketing Podcast. I am your host, Michael Stelzner. This is the podcast for marketers